The moment you decide to love yourself, your whole life begins to rearrange in your favor. And I want you to know, my darling, that this is not just a beautiful idea. It is a spiritual truth that begins working the very second you allow it into your awareness. As we sit together now, imagine I am holding your hand softly, looking into your eyes with the deepest compassion, and saying, "You are safe here. You are allowed to soften here. You are allowed to come home to yourself here." So many people believe that healing begins from the outside, that someone must come rescue them, fix them, validate them, choose them. But healing begins in the quiet moment you whisper to yourself, "Maybe I am worth loving." That tiny whisper is the first crack of light inside a heart that has been carrying too much, trying too hard, pretending too long. You came into this world not to earn love, but to learn love. And that includes learning the most important love of all, the love you give to yourself. I want you to really hear this. Nobody, absolutely nobody, can love you enough to fill the space you refuse to fill within your own heart. Others can inspire you, support you, accompany you, but the true healing begins the moment you turn inward and say, "I am willing to love myself more today." That willingness is the seed, and once planted, it begins to grow quietly, gently, inevitably, even on the days you feel nothing happening. You see, my dear one, the soul's purpose is not perfection. The soul's purpose is remembering that you are worthy, remembering that you are whole, remembering that you are enough simply because you exist. So many of the wounds you carry were not created by dramatic events. They were created by the small, repeated moments when you abandoned yourself, criticized yourself, judged yourself, compared yourself, or silenced your own needs. Other people may have planted those seeds of self-doubt, but you kept watering them with your thoughts. And I want you to know this gently. You can stop watering them now. They are not who you are. They are habits. Habits of thinking, habits of believing, habits of treating yourself in ways that no longer serve your beautiful, evolving spirit. And habits can be changed. Every pattern can be released. Every story can be rewritten. Every wound can be healed. I often say, you have been criticizing yourself for years. Try approving of yourself and see what happens. Because the truth is, healing does not come from harshness. Healing comes from warmth. Healing does not come from pressure. Healing comes from presence. Healing does not come from demanding more of yourself. Healing comes from giving more love to yourself. And one of the deepest places this healing must reach is your relationship with your own body. Your body has been with you through everything. Your body has carried you through every joy, every heartbreak, every disappointment, every miracle. Your body has protected you even when you spoke unkindly to it. Your body has kept breathing for you even when you forgot to breathe for yourself. Your body is not the enemy. It is the most loyal friend you have. I want you to pause now, even as you listen, and feel into this truth. Your body is listening to every thought you think. Every cell responds to every belief. And when you send love into your body, you are not just imagining something, you are activating healing on a physical, emotional, and spiritual level. This is why I say, I love every part of my body. I am healthy, happy, and whole. Not because every part is perfect in shape or function, but because every part has a purpose, a memory, a story, a wisdom. Your hands have held on through storms. Your feet have carried you through days you thought you couldn't survive. Your heart has beaten for you thousands of times a day without ever asking for gratitude. Your body has done nothing but try to keep you alive. Isn't it time you loved it back? Imagine for a moment sending love to your legs, the same legs that have walked you through grief, excitement, confusion, and hope. Imagine thanking your stomach for digesting not only your food, but also your emotions. Imagine blessing your heart for opening again and again, even after it has been hurt. When you love your body, you are loving your life. When you honor your body, you are honoring your existence. When you soften toward your body, you soften toward your entire being. Self-love is not just emotional, it is physical, it is cellular, it is spiritual, and it begins with the way you talk to yourself. The words you think become the environment your heart lives in. The thoughts you repeat become the emotional climate of your inner world. If you constantly tell yourself you are not good enough, your heart withers. If you constantly apologize for existing, your body tightens. If you constantly replay old hurts, your spirit becomes exhausted. But when you choose loving thoughts, when you choose compassion, gentleness, encouragement, forgiveness, your whole life begins to transform from the inside out. This is why I say, the point of power is in the present moment, not in yesterday's regret, not in tomorrow's fear, but in the breath you are taking right now. This breath is your doorway into a new life. This breath is your invitation into healing. And if you let it, this breath can become the moment you return to yourself. My darling, I want you to know that your heart is not broken. It is opening. You are not behind. You are right on time. You are not unlovable. You are rediscovering the love within you. Every experience you've lived has brought you to this moment of awakening. Every challenge has strengthened you. Every disappointment has redirected you. Every heartbreak has been shaping you into someone more compassionate, more aware, more tender, more true. You may not see it yet, but your life has been guiding you toward deeper love all along. And now, you are learning to give that love to yourself. This is the moment your heart begins to heal. This is the moment you stop abandoning yourself. This is the moment you begin treating yourself the way you always deserve to be treated, with respect, with patience, with gentleness, with honor. You are becoming your own safe place. You are becoming your own source of love. You are becoming the person your younger self always prayed for. And as you do, life will respond. Life always responds to the vibration of self-love. When you love yourself, you attract people who treat you with love. When you honor yourself, you attract opportunities that honor your worth. When you trust yourself, you attract experiences that reinforce your trust. And when you speak to yourself with tenderness, your world becomes tender. You are not waiting for healing. You are becoming healing. You are not waiting for someone to save you. You are saving yourself. And every step you take toward loving yourself sends ripples of grace into your future. So breathe with me now. Place your hand on your heart and whisper softly, I am willing to love myself more today. This willingness is enough. This willingness is powerful. This willingness is the beginning of everything beautiful that is coming. And I promise you, with all the love in my heart, your life will transform the moment you begin to love yourself the way life has always loved you. There was a time in my life when I looked into the mirror and didn't recognize the person staring back at me. Not because my face had changed, but because the way I spoke to myself had become so sharp, so cold, so distant, that I felt like I was looking at a stranger. And I remember standing there breathing quietly, realizing something important. I had been waiting for someone else to love me the way I refused to love myself. That moment changed everything. It was the first day I learned the true art of loving myself. Gently, repeatedly, consistently. And that is exactly what I want to share with you today, my dear one. Self-love is not a one-time declaration. It is a daily devotion. Think of it like watering a flower. You cannot pour once and expect it to bloom forever. You must return, nourish, tend, and care. I want you to understand this. Your heart grows where your attention goes. If your attention goes to criticism, your heart wilts. If your attention goes to encouragement, your heart shines. This is why I always say, I love and approve of myself. Not once, not twice, but over and over again, until every cell in my body begins to believe me. Repetition is not redundancy, it is recreation. Every time you say these words, you are laying a new brick in the foundation of your self-worth. And foundations are not built in a day, they are built daily. I often tell people that loving themselves in the morning sets the tone for the entire day. Morning is the most tender moment. We are closest to our subconscious, softest in our energy, most receptive to new truths. That is why I ask you, when you wake up, before you reach for your phone, before your mind starts running, place your hand over your heart and whisper, I love you. I really, really love you. At first it may feel strange. Your mind may resist. Old patterns may argue back. But keep going. Keep whispering. Keep choosing. Because you are teaching your heart a new language, a language of kindness it may not have heard in years. And then, my darling, comes the mirror. The mirror is not an enemy. It is a teacher. It reflects not just your face, but your relationship with yourself. When you look into your eyes, you are not seeing your reflection. You are seeing your soul. And that is why mirror work is so powerful. Stand there gently, without judgment. Look into your own eyes, even if only for 5 seconds, and say, I love you. You are not saying it to a surface. You are saying it to the inner child who has waited decades to hear those words. You are saying it to the version of you who has survived heartbreak, disappointment, and fear. You are saying it to the human who has done their best every single day, even when no one saw it. And at night, my dear one, comes the cleansing. Just as you wash your face, you must wash your mind. Before you sleep, release every harsh word you told yourself today. Release every self-judgment, every regret, every should have, every not enough. You cannot carry all that into tomorrow. I like to place my hand on my chest and say, I release the need to criticize myself. It is like dusting off your heart. It is like unclenching your energy. It is like letting your inner world breathe again. Loving yourself daily is not a performance, it is a practice, and every practice done with softness becomes a new way of living. I want to share something very personal with you. There was a time when I fought life, truly fought it. I resisted endings, resisted changes, resisted people leaving, resisted things falling apart. I believed that if I held tightly enough, nothing painful would ever happen. But life does not work through gripping. Life works through trusting. And it was only when I loosened my grip, only when I stopped fighting every shift, that I discovered a truth that changed me. Life was not hurting me. Life was guiding me. And maybe, my dear, life is guiding you right now. When you stop struggling against the flow, you begin feeling the support that has always been there. Pain comes from believing life is against you. Peace comes from remembering life is for you. This is why I often repeat, I am safe. I love my life. Not because every moment is perfect, but because every moment is purposeful. Whether you see it or not, life is always teaching you, preparing you, redirecting you. What felt like rejection was actually protection. What felt like a delay was actually timing. What felt like uncertainty was actually restructuring. I want you to imagine for a moment that life is a loving teacher, not strict, not punishing, not cold, but gentle, wise, patient, and infinitely kind. Imagine that every closed door was life telling you, "Not this, my darling, you deserve better." Imagine that every ending was life whispering, "Make space for more." Imagine that every disappointment was life guiding you back to your path. This is not fantasy. This is spiritual truth. Life does not abandon you. Life aligns you. But we often cannot see alignment when we are in fear. Fear distorts reality. Fear makes you forget how supported you are. Fear makes you think the worst is coming, when in reality, something better is being prepared. That is why learning to trust life is a spiritual practice, not a mental trick. You cannot force trust. You grow into trust. You practice trust each time you breathe through uncertainty. You practice trust each time you say, "I don't know how, but I know I am safe." You practice trust each time you choose surrender over control. This is why I remind you again and again, life loves you. Every breath is proof of that love. Your heart beating right now, without you commanding it, is proof. The ground holding you is proof. The sun rising each day is proof. You have never walked a single day unsupported. And today, right this moment, life is asking you to soften your fear, to open your palms, to trust a little more. Not because nothing bad will ever happen, but because whatever happens, you will be guided through it, lifted through it, and transformed by it. Trusting life is trusting that the universe is wiser than your worry. Trusting life is remembering you are never alone on this journey. Trusting life is realizing that everything unfolding is part of your healing, part of your expansion, part of your return to love. And I promise you, my dear, when you begin to trust life, life begins to trust you back. My dear one, let me begin this part with a soft truth I learned through many lifetimes of emotional growing. Your fears are not signs of weakness. They are simply old stories asking to be released. And sometimes you have carried them for so long that you begin to believe they are part of you. But they are not you. They never were. They are echoes of moments when you didn't feel safe, when you didn't feel loved, when you didn't feel supported. And this chapter of your healing, this moment right now, is where you finally let those echoes fade. I want you to hear me clearly. Nothing inside you is too broken to heal. Nothing you fear is too big to dissolve. Nothing you carry is beyond transformation. Every fear you have is ready to leave you the moment you are willing to look at it with love. My darling, fear is almost never about what is happening right now. Fear is a projection, a memory dressed up as a prediction. Fear comes from the past, pretending to be the future. It says, "This happened before, so it might happen again." But there is something your fear never considers. You are not the same person anymore. You are wiser now. You are softer now. You are stronger now. You are becoming someone who can finally meet fear with compassion instead of panic. Fear has convinced you it is protecting you, but truly, it has only been repeating old alarms. You do not need those alarms anymore. They belong to chapters that have ended. Fear is a leftover story, not a current reality. And this is why I always remind you, it is only a thought, and a thought can be changed. You do not need to fight fear. Fighting fear gives it strength. You simply need to shine light on it. Light dissolves darkness effortlessly. Awareness dissolves fear just as gently. When you notice a fear rising, instead of gripping it, judging it, or believing it, pause, breathe, observe. Place your hand on your heart and whisper, I am willing to release this. Your willingness alone begins the healing. You see, fear cannot survive in a relaxed body. When you breathe deeply, you send a message through your entire nervous system. We are safe now. One breath can interrupt 10 years of old programming. One breath can soften the muscles that have been holding old memories. One breath can calm the mind that has been running into the future. This is why breath work is not just a technique. It is a loving message to your body. Every inhale invites safety. Every exhale releases fear. Every deep breath says, I choose peace instead. I want to give you the affirmations that have helped thousands of hearts release fear gently, naturally, completely. I release all fears. Say it slowly. Say it every time your mind begins to rush. Say it even if you don't fully believe it yet. I now trust the process of life. Feel how the words soften your shoulders. Feel how they loosen the tight spaces inside you. Feel how they remind your spirit that nothing in this universe is against you. And finally, whisper the truth that your fear cannot touch. I know that life is for me. Because life is for you, my dear. Always has been, always will be. There is nothing too dark inside you that cannot be brought into the light. Fear leaves your body when you begin to love the parts of you that were once afraid. Fear is ready to leave you now, and you are ready to let it go. Now let us move gently into the next truth, the one that changes everything. Safety is an inside job. You can have a beautiful home, a stable income, supportive people, but if inside you still feels unsafe, nothing outside will ever feel enough. External comfort helps, yes, but true safety comes from the beliefs you choose. And I want you to know this. You can create safety inside yourself at any moment. You don't need permission. You don't need the perfect life circumstances. You only need the willingness to remember your own strength. There was a time when I believed safety was something the world had to give me. I looked for it in relationships, in environments, in achievements. But real safety is not made of walls, or money, or plans. Real safety is made of trust. Trust in yourself, trust in life, trust in your inner wisdom. And the truth is that you already carry the source of safety within you. It has never left. It was only buried under years of self-doubt and old stories. Today we uncover it again. I often say, I am safe everywhere in the universe. This is not a fantasy. This is a declaration of your spiritual truth. When you affirm your safety, your body responds instantly. Your breath deepens, your chest softens, your shoulders relax, your energy expands instead of contracts. Your nervous system shifts from fear, fight or flight, to healing, rest, and receive. The body knows, the body listens, the body believes you. The moment you say, I am safe, the body says, thank you. I've been waiting to hear that. I want you to imagine something with me. Close your eyes if you can, and picture yourself standing inside a gentle circle of light. This light has no edges. It simply surrounds you like a warm embrace. This is your inner sanctuary. This is your circle of safety. No fear can enter unless you invite it. No criticism can enter unless you believe it. No negativity can enter unless you accept it. The light is not outside you. It is you. And as long as you carry this circle, you can walk into any situation feeling grounded, protected, and whole. When you build inner safety, your life begins to change in extraordinary ways. You stop reacting out of panic. You stop anticipating the worst. You stop needing people to reassure you. Instead, you begin to trust yourself. You begin to trust your decisions. You begin to trust your timing. You begin to trust your path. Inner safety makes you wise. Inner safety makes you calm. Inner safety makes you powerful. And again, my darling, this is not about perfection. This is about practice. Every time you say, "I am safe," you reinforce the foundation. Every time you breathe into your belly, you strengthen the foundation. Every time you choose compassion over panic, you deepen the foundation. Safety becomes something you no longer search for. It becomes something you stand on. I want to give you one more vision. Imagine a blue light surrounding your entire body. This blue light represents peace, clarity, protection. Wherever you go, this light goes with you. It shields you from negativity. It softens your day. It reminds you that no one, not a person, not a thought, not a memory, can take your peace unless you hand it over. And you do not need to hand it over ever again. Inner safety is the home you build within yourself. And once you create this home, you will never feel lost again. My darling, how are you feeling right now? How is your beautiful heart as you sit here with me, listening, breathing, allowing yourself to soften? I want you to pause just for a moment and notice something tender. You are already healing. Even before your mind understands it, your heart feels it. Even before your life begins to change on the outside, something inside you has already shifted. And that shift, quiet, gentle, steady, is the beginning of your return to yourself. You see, my dear one of the greatest truths I ever learned is that love and trust are not separate doors. They are one doorway. The moment you begin to love yourself, even a little, even imperfectly, trust becomes easier. When you love yourself, you stop treating the world as an enemy. When you love yourself, you stop expecting life to hurt you. When you love yourself, you remember that you deserve good. And when you know you deserve good, how could you not trust that good is coming? Some people try to heal by forcing trust, by telling themselves, "I must trust life," while still holding deep wounds underneath. But trust cannot grow in a place where there is no self-love. Trust grows naturally when the soil of the heart is soft and kind. Self-love creates worthiness. Worthiness creates trust. Trust creates healing. Healing creates abundance. That is the beautiful formula I want you to remember. It is simple, but it is powerful. It is gentle, but it is life-changing. I want you to imagine this with me. Imagine standing at a doorway. On one side is fear, confusion, doubt, and exhaustion. On the other side is ease, clarity, peace, and support. The key that unlocks that doorway is love. Love for yourself, love for your future, love for your own presence. When you turn that key, trust walks in like a warm wind. Suddenly, life doesn't feel so heavy. Problems don't feel like punishments. Challenges don't feel like attacks. They begin to feel like invitations, opportunities for growth rather than reasons to collapse. My dear, loving yourself is the doorway. Trust is the path you walk next. Healing is the place your heart lands. You do not need to run. You do not need to force. You simply need to continue choosing love again and again until trust becomes the natural rhythm of your life. Now let me give you something simple, warm, and wonderfully practical. Little rituals to carry with you throughout the day, the kind that gently reshape your heart, your mind, your energy. Healing is not only emotional, it is also habit. It is repetition. It is showing up for yourself in the small, quiet moments. In the morning, when you first wake up, before the world begins speaking, before your mind remembers its worries, before your responsibilities knock on your door. Look at yourself in the mirror and whisper, "I love and approve of myself." Say it with tenderness. Say it with curiosity. Say it even if you don't fully believe it yet. Your subconscious mind is wide open in the morning. This is the perfect moment to plant a seed of kindness. Then say, "Today I allow love." Let the words open your energy like sunlight, gently opening a flower. In the afternoon, when the day becomes noisy, when your energy dips, when your mind begins wandering into old fears, come back to your breath. Only 3 breaths. Deep inhale, soft exhale, and say to yourself, "Life supports me." That is not a hope, it is a truth. You are not walking alone. You are not navigating life blindly. You are guided. You are accompanied. You are supported by forces you cannot always see, but that never stop loving you. In the evening, when the world quiets and you finally meet yourself again, do not judge the day. Do not replay mistakes. Do not criticize your effort. Instead, place your hand on your heart and say, "Everything I did today was enough. I am safe now." Those words dissolve shame. They dissolve pressure. They dissolve the habit of self-punishment. The night is not a time for fear. It is a time for restoration. Let your body rest. Let your heart soften. Let your mind unwind. You deserve peace at the end of every day. These simple practices, morning love, afternoon grounding, evening acceptance, will transform your relationship with life. They are small, but they are sacred. They will remind you again and again of who you are becoming. And now, my dear one, let us close this part together. Let us breathe together. Let us soften together. You may not realize it yet, but your heart has been waiting for this moment. Your heart has carried heavy stories for many years, stories that were never yours to carry, expectations that were never yours to fulfill, fears that were never meant to stay inside you. Your heart is not broken. It is simply tired. It is tired from trying to protect you for so long. It is tired from bracing against imagined futures. It is tired from holding old wounds that were never healed. But the moment you speak these words, "I love myself and I trust my life," your heart begins to rest. It begins to return home. It begins to recognize the truth beneath all the noise, that you were never abandoned, never forgotten, never unworthy. Life has always been on your side, even when you could not see it. Life has always been guiding you, even when it felt confusing. Life has always been loving you, even when you doubted your own worth. And now, with your hand on your heart, with your breath soft and steady, I want you to feel this truth. You are coming home to yourself. You are stepping into a new chapter, one shaped not by fear, but by trust, not by criticism, but by love. And from this moment forward, everything begins to change. Because when you open your heart, life opens with you. When you trust yourself, the world becomes safer. When you love yourself, the universe rises to meet you. Your healing has already begun, my darling. And your heart, so brave, so tender, so precious, is finally finding its way home.